Appearance. You probably periodically notice throughout our lives that some people seem to get better grades at school, making easier connections with other people, and securing better job placements just because of how they look. Yeah, you are not the only one who notices that, and sadly, it's true. This idea that some people are trying to put in our minds that all people are equal is just wrong, simply because every one of us looks different. And not just differently attractive, but at different objective levels of attractiveness. There is some injustice because we didn't choose how we look, but this look directly influences success in almost every aspect of our lives. To classify the most important aspects on which our appearance has a strong impact is our personal life and career. The influence of our appearance in personal life is crucial for building connections with other individuals. Before meeting someone in person, when we see a new person in our group or environment, you create an image of them, their lifestyle, and what values they have. When this person is quite attractive, you have a more favorable impression simply because of their appearance. You usually associate only positive qualities with that person, such as kindness or politeness. These actions usually don't match with reality, but it is still an advantage for attractive people to make a good impression because others have already formed a positive image of them. If you're in a similar situation, but with average appearance, you need to do much more to make a good impression because others don't have this positive image of you before meeting them. We are all more attracted to attractive people, which is quite logical. Imagine you're sitting in a bar with your friends, having a great time and probably drinking some cocktails. And then another group of friends of the opposite gender or the other gender you're interested in enters the bar. They sit not too far from you and you notice each one of them making eye contact with you. You don't know anything about them, you've only exchanged visual contact. However, if you notice that one person stands out in appearance from the rest of the group, if you're open to being approached, you might unintentionally prefer to be approached by that person, solely based on their appearance, without considering that this person might have the worst personality match for you out of them all. People have judged, are judging, and will continue to judge others' appearances because it's in our human nature. Even in ancient times, people judged others' appearances based on how dangerous that person could be for them. Times have changed a bit, and the role of appearance plays a different role nowadays. It's understandable how looks can influence our decisions on what friends or life partners we want, but it's less understandable how appearance influences our careers or grades at school. Do you know on what criteria employers use when hiring people? Especially when an employer has two almost identical candidates in terms of portfolio and skill set? Yes, as you could guess, the final criterion is how they look. Or more specifically, which one of them is more attractive. And sometimes, that's not even the worst case of injustice you can encounter in the professional world. Imagine you're one of the two candidates for a managerial position. In terms of preparation, you did everything perfectly. You arrived for the interview in a new suit, gathered all important information about the company, and have a great and extensive portfolio. You seem to have done everything perfectly, but you didn't get the job. Why? Simply because you lost even before the interview. Some employers think that certain positions are teachable, and for example, if they work in the same office like anyone else, they want to surround themselves with beautiful people. So they'll choose someone out of the two candidates who has a nicer image based on their appearance, even though this candidate may have a weaker portfolio and skill set. It's quite unjust, and maybe for some, it's hard to believe. But in the book Beauty Pays, it's demonstrated that attractive people are more likely to be employed, receive higher wages, and be approved for loans. Study in which the respondents assessed the applications of fictitious candidates for managerial positions also noted that attractive people with lower qualifications were employed more often than unattractive people with higher qualifications. More to say, in one of the surveys, nearly 75% of the respondents believe that their appearance has a large or very large impact on personal and career success, and 1/3 even believe that appearances determine success in these areas. After hearing all of that, you might come to the conclusion that you need to change or improve your appearance to have more chances of success in your life. But I don't think that's the best decision you can make. Let's imagine a scale of attractiveness. While most people use a scale of 1 to 10 for judging, I'm going to use a scale of 1 to 5. On the scale, 1 represents very unattractive, 2 is below average, 3 is average, 4 is above average, and 5 is very attractive. It's clear that the most significant difference lies between 1 and 5, but it's harder to see the same differences between 2, 3, and 4. They essentially look the same with slight differences. Now, imagine if someone who was rated as a 2 did everything possible to improve their appearance and became a 3 or even a 4. Would they notice any changes in how others approach them? Would their world fundamentally change? Most likely not. They might sense subtle changes, but these wouldn't be significant. Big changes happen when you go from a 1 to a 5. That's when you truly see the world from a different angle, although sadly, such transformations are impossible. Clothing, cosmetics, or other short-term investments can improve our appearance or boost our confidence, but only to a limited extent. Even plastic surgery can elevate someone from a 1 to a 5. However, there's nothing essentially wrong with that. According to the latest major studies involving 2,700 participants, over 95% were rated as 2s, 3s, and 4s. This suggests that we are all pretty average, and if you believe you're a 1, you're probably mistaken. I hope you haven't come to the conclusion that no matter how hard you try, there will always be people who will be more successful than you simply because of how they look. For many people, success is a critical goal in life, yet each person understands success in a different sense. If your definition of success is solely based on money and status, it may be hard to convince you that looks are not that important. However, your satisfaction with life cannot be measured by your physical attractiveness alone. One of humanity's greatest skills is adaptability. Even if you were to significantly enhance your appearance, you could quickly adapt to your new body or face. Consequently, such changes may not lead to the kind of success that truly matters. If you doubt this, consider asking the most beautiful person you know. They will likely confirm the truth. In conclusion, I want to say that life itself is a bit unfair. People will probably never stop judging a book by its cover, and it's something you need to accept. Even attractive criminals may receive lighter sentences for their crimes, and some whose mugshots have been leaked on the internet become somewhat of an idol for certain groups. These groups force their faces into public attention, which can help criminals obtain jobs, for example, in modeling, after they're released. Striving to become the person you've always dreamed of is a good thing. However, while improvements in personality and character are achievable at any time and have no limits, enhancements in appearance are limited. The best thing you can do besides accepting how unfair life is to accept your appearance. You are certainly not the hottest person in the world, but you're also not the ugliest one. We see some Instagram models and wonder why they look so beautiful compared to us, without realizing how many filters they use on those photos to achieve that look. Appearance is sadly important for all of us, but the level of influence varies for each person. The reason why some people find it easier is because they accept the fact that you cannot change what you cannot control. And as soon as you understand this too, it will not be as worrying for you as you know it. I would like to thank you for watching the full video. If you found this video useful, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. That's it.
The end.